Hello friends, again welcome to my channel. Today we are discussing about the activation and proliferation of T cells. It is the part second of the maturation of T cells. That is, in the previous video we are already discussing about the previous developmental stages of the T cell, that is the maturation of these T cells. We know that majorly these T lymphocytic cells, these are responsible for developing the cell mediated immune response, and the site for the maturation of these T lymphocytic cells, it is the thymus, which is the primary lymphoid organ. Now within this primary lymphoid organ, firstly there is the generation of these progenitor cells within the bone marrow. Then the lymphoid progenitor cells from the bone marrow, these are migrated towards the thymus. Within the thymus, now these cells, these are responsible for get development to the T lymphocytic cells. As the site of the development, it is the thymus. These are called as the T lymphocytic cells. Now majorly there are the major subpopulations of the T lymphocytic cells, that is the T helper cells and the T cytotoxic cells, which are differentiated into these two types on the basis of the two different types of the markers which are present on the surface of these T lymphocytic cells. That is the on the T helper cell there is the presence of the CD4 marker, and on the T cytotoxic cells there is the presence of CD8 marker. Now the major role of these markers, it is for the recognition of the antigens or the foreign particles. Now these T lymphocytic cells, it is the population of immune cells which are not able to directly recognize the foreign particles or the antigens. But this antigen representation, it is along with the MSC molecules. That is the CD4 T helper cells. These are responsible for recognizing those antigens which are represented along with MSC class second molecules, and the T cytotoxic cells, that is the CD8 positive cells, these can recognize the antigens along with the MSC class first molecules. Now, within the previous lecture, we are already discussed that how there is the maturation of these T lymphocytic cells within the thymus. That is, there is the proper educations of the T lymphocytic cells to identify the antigens. The first of the education, it is given to the T lymphocytic cells. It is about the proper development of the T cell receptors. Now, this T cell receptor, it is the major part or the major receptor present on the surface of these T lymphocytic cells, and these are interacting with the MHC molecules. Now within this TCR, majorly these are having the similar structure to that of the receptors which are present on the B lymphocytic cell, that is the immunoglobulin molecules. Means these are having the similar structure to that of the immunoglobulin molecules. That is similarly the variable region, constant region, these are present within this T cell receptor. The two different types of the polypeptide chains, these are the part of this T cell receptor, that is the alpha polypeptide chain and the beta polypeptide chain, and on each of these chain there is the presence of variable and constant region. Now this variable region which is present, it is responsible for interacting, or it is get changed along with the change within the antigen molecule. Means at each time whenever the another type of the antigen it will comes, there is the change within the sequence of the amino acid within the variable region of this T cell receptor. Now majorly at the level of this T cell receptor, this modification, these are carried out at the genetic level. At the genetic level, these modifications, these are get carried out. Then the second one, it is the thymic education of the T cell. Here there are the two sections, that is the positive selection of the T cells and the negative selection of the T cells. Now within the positive selection of the T lymphocytic cells which are developed within the thymus, firstly it is checked that as these developing T lymphocytic cell, that is the thymocytes, these are having the ability towards the MHC molecules or not. Means to check out the affinity of these T lymphocytic cells towards the MHC molecules, because we know that the major way for the identification or representation of antigen towards the T lymphocytic cells, it is the MHC molecules. These MHC molecule, these are responsible for representing this antigen towards the T lymphocytic cells. So it is important that these cells, these must have the affinity towards the MHC molecules. So through the positive selection, only those of the thymocytes which are showing the affinity towards this MHC molecule, these are selected. In the second way, that is the negative selection. Now, whenever there is the representation of the antigens towards the T lymphocyte within the thymus for the thymic education of the T cells, majorly these MHC molecules which are present on the antigen presenting cells and other epithelial cells, majorly these are representing the self antigens. Means here there is no representation of foreign particles or the foreign antigens towards the T lymphocytic cells, but the self MHC peptides, these are represented towards these T lymphocytic cells. For that purpose, if these T lymphocytic cells, these are showing higher affinity or highest reaction towards these self MHC peptides, then these may be responsible for developing the autoimmune diseases or the autoreactivities. So to avoid that, those of the T lymphocytic cell or the developing T cells which are showing the higher activity towards the self MHC peptides, these are rejected within the negative selection. Means here at these three different levels, there is the selection of these T lymphocytic cells. Firstly, there is the within the development of the T cell receptor, that is the during the synthesis of the beta polypeptide chain, then the proper binding of this beta polypeptide chain with the proper alpha chains, then there is the proper development of this T cell receptor. It is the first level. Secondly, the positive selection to check the affinity for the MHC molecule, and third one, it is the if higher reactivity towards the self MHC peptide, these are get rejected. So by this way, this complete maturation of T lymphocytic cells, it is carried out within the thymus. Now after the maturation, as we are discussed earlier, majorly only the maturation stage it is carried out within the thymus. The activation and the proliferation of these T lymphocytic cells, it is not carried out within the thymus, that is the primary lymphoid organ, but the actual site for the activation and proliferation of the T lymphocytic cells, it is present within the peripheral lymphoid organ or the secondary lymphoid organ, that is either it is a lymph node or it is a spleen or the mucosa associated lymphoid tissue. Within these secondary lymphoid organ, there is the activation and proliferation of the T lymphocytic cells. Now for that purpose, firstly it is essential that after the maturation of these T lymphocytic cells within the thymus, to complete all these stages of the maturation, these mature naive T cells, these are migrated from the this primary lymphoid organ, that is thymus, into the secondary lymphoid organ, that is it is a lymph node or a spleen, through the bloodstream. And at that site, whenever these are get entered within the secondary lymphoid organ, within that these are get introduced towards the foreign antigens or the foreign particles which are represented by the antigen presenting cells. Now the first event for the activation of the T lymphocytic cells, it is the T cell receptors which are present on the surface of the T lymphocytic cells. These are interact with the MHC peptide which is present on the surface of the antigen presenting cell. It is the first signal for the activation of the T lymphocytic cells. Means it is the initial stimulation to introduce these naive T cells into the activation stage. Now the second interaction, it is in between the CD4 or the CD8 marker which is present on the surface of the T lymphocytic cells, which are again get interact with the MHC peptide complex. After the interaction of this MHC peptide complex with the T cell receptor, and this interaction, it is essential for the stabilization of this whole structure. Now the signal 2, which is essential for the activation of the T lymphocytic cell, that is these may be called as an co-stimulatory signals. Means no doubt even only the interaction between the T cell receptor and MHC peptide present on the surface of antigen presenting cell, these are not sufficient for the complete activation of the T lymphocytic cell. For that purpose, again there is the requirement of the co-stimulatory signals. Now, in addition to this TCR binding to the antigen loaded MSC, both the T helper cell and the cytotoxic T cells, these are requiring the secondary signals which are initiate the complete activation of the T lymphocytic cells. Now, if we are considered in case of the T helper cells, within the T helper cell, this co-stimulatory signal, it is in the form of interaction in between the B7 molecules which are present on the surface of the antigen presenting cells with the CD28 receptor present on the surface of T lymphocytic cells, means interaction in between the CD28 and the B7 molecule. It is again the second type of the signal or the co-stimulatory signal for the activation of the T lymphocytic cells. For activation of T lymphocytic cells, and this interaction, it is responsible for initiating the T cell proliferation. Now, within the proliferation of the T lymphocytic cells, majorly again whenever this recognition or activation it is carried out, there is also stimulation of, means this B7 molecule when interact with the CD28 marker on the T cell receptor, these are also inducing the production of CTLA4 or the CD152. Now, this production of the CTLA4, it is essential for the down regulation of the immune responses. Means whenever there is no need of the immune responses, at that time there is the down regulation of these immune responses. Means whenever there is the proper activation of the T lymphocytic cells, at that time after the proliferation, these T lymphocytic cells, these are developing the population of the T lymphocytic cells which are responsible for reducing or for removing that foreign particle from the body. Then it is also responsible for initiating other immune responses to stimulate the other type of the immune cells for the development of the proper immune responses. Now, whenever there is the complete removal of this foreign particle, now it is essential to down regulate this synthesis of the T lymphocytic cell or to stop the process of this proliferation of T lymphocytic cells or the stimulation of other immune cells. At that time, there is the role of the CTLA4. Actually, this CTLA4 and the CD28, these are the competitive inhibitor of each other. Means both are having the affinity towards this B7 molecules which are present on the surface of antigen presenting cells. But these both of these molecules, these are having the opposite functions. Now this opposite function, it means now this CD28 when it will interact with the B7 molecule, it is responsible for the proliferation of T lymphocytic cells to develop the immune response. Now if instead of CD28, if there is the interaction of this CTLA4 with these B7 molecules, at this time there is the reduction of the immune response. It will stop the proliferation of T lymphocytic cells. Means here for the down regulation of the immune responses. Means here it is the regulatory mechanism for the development of immune response. Now these T cells, these are must recognize these antigens whenever these are represented along with the MHC molecule. Now along with these stimulatory signals, these are also requiring some of the survival signals. Means no doubt these co-stimulatory signals, these are responsible for stimulating or proliferating the T cells. But for the proper survival of this T cell, again the survival signals, these are essential. And for that purpose, the different molecules, these are responsible for giving such type of the survival signals. Within that, the ICOS, then the 4-1BB, then OX40, such type of the molecules which are present on the surface of T lymphocytic cells, these are responsible for giving the survival signals. And majorly, these are normally present on the surface of the T lymphocytic cells, and these are stimulated by their respective ligands which are present on the surface of antigen presenting cells. Now, majorly these type of the survival signals, these are essential for the proper development of the T lymphocytic cells. For the complete development of the or for complete proliferation, activation and proliferation of the T lymphocytic cells, it is essential that there is the presence of co-stimulatory signals. In the absence of co-stimulatory signals, the process of the activation of the T lymphocytic cell, it will get stopped. Now here it is the representation of how there is the interactions between the antigen presenting cell and the T lymphocytic cell on the dendritic cell. This dendritic cell, we know that this dendritic cell, it is nothing but the antigen presenting cell. On their surface there is the presence of either the MSC class first and MSC class second molecules. The peptides, these are present within the cleft of these MSC molecules, and first interaction it is in between the this MSC peptide complex with the TCR present on the surface of the T cells. The second type of the signal, it is the interaction between the B7 molecule with the CD28 marker. Then the survival signal in the form of the OX40 ICOS. These survival signals, these are also essential for the proper development of the immune response. Now the signal 3, these are the two signals, that is first the interaction between the TCR and the MSC peptide complex. Second, it is the co-stimulatory signal. Now the signal 3, it is the T cell when receive a specific antigen signal and a general signal 2, that is the co-stimulatory signal, it receives the more instruction in the form of cytokines. Means again there is the secretion of different types of the cytokines which are responsible for the proliferation of these T lymphocytic cells. Now these cytokines which are secreted, these are responsible for determining, that is which type of the respondal cell of the T lymphocytic cell it will form. That is, in case of the T helper cell, it will push them into the two types, that is the Th first and the Th second type of the cells. The Th first type of the cells, these are get formed whenever there is the secretion of the cytokine interleukin 12 and the interleukin 2. In case of the T helper cell second, there is the secretion of interleukin 4 or the interleukin 17, then interleukin 6 and the interleukin 23. Now each of these subtype of the T lymphocytic cells, these are performing a specific task or the specific functions in the tissues and responsible for developing the further immune responses. No doubt, majorly whenever the T lymphocytic cells, these are secreting the interleukin 12. This interleukin 12, it is responsible for the activation of the macrophage cells. Means there is the aggregation of the macrophage cell, other macrophage cells at the site of infection. At the site of infection, if there is the secretion of interleukin 4, this interleukin 4, it is responsible for the activation of the B lymphocytic cells. Means due to the stimulation of these B lymphocytic cells, these B lymphocytic cells, these are get converted into the plasma cells, and we know that these plasma cells, these are responsible for actively secreting the antibodies. It means these activation steps of the T lymphocytic cells, these are responsible for also, along with the development of the cell mediated immune response, these are also developing the humoral immune response by activating the B lymphocytic cells. The interleukin second, it is having the autocrine effect. It means this interleukin second, it is secreted by the T lymphocytic cell, and there is the presence of the receptor for this interleukin second on the surface of the T lymphocytic cells. Means the producer and the responder cell, it is same. It is called as the autocrine effect. Auto means self. Now the another third population of the T lymphocytic cell, it is the memory T cells. We know that within the antibody mediated immune response, or whenever there is the secondary immune response, within that there is the role of the memory cells. The same function it is present here, means like that of the antibody or the B lymphocytic cells, the T cells whenever these are get activated, there is also formation of the memory T cells. Now these memory T cells, these are the antigen generated and long lived quiescent cells, and majorly these are respond whenever the same type of the antigen, these are again get introduced to our body. Means within the secondary immune response, there is the role of the memory cells. At that time, these are responsible for developing the immune response at the higher rate. There is no specific role of this memory T cells within the primary immune response whenever the first time there is the introduction of antigen within our body. But if same antigen, it will again introduce to our body at the second time, at that time there is the role of this memory T cells. Now majorly the resulting cell population, these are moves out to the site of infection or the inflammation in order to deal with the pathogen. Now the other type of the cells, these are also get activated due to the secretion of cytokines. Either by the cytokines, these are secreted by the antigen presenting cell, and the some of the antigens, these are secreted by the T lymphocytic cells. There is the aggregation of neutrophils, mast cells, epithelial cells. Again, these are also secreting the cytokines. Then the antibodies, these are also get saturated within that site, and these are again inducing the further activation and the proliferation of the T lymphocytic cells. Now, the T helper cells, as these are responsible, or this activation of the T lymphocytic cells, these are responsible for developing the cell mediated immune response in the form that is, these are responsible for activating the macrophage cells, then the neutrophils. These cells, these are also get activated, by which there is the development of the cell mediated immune response. Again, these are also responsible for activating the B lymphocytic cell. In that case, these are responsible for developing the humoral immune response. Means at the higher rate, there is the development of the proper immune responses whenever there is the activation of the T lymphocytic cells. Means once these are get activated, these are also responsible for activating the other type of the immune cells which are present within our body. So it is the whole information about the activation and the proliferation of the T lymphocytic cells. So if you like this video, please subscribe the channel and also share this video with your friends. Thank you.